Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Centennial case, a Shijima story. This is part 2 of the series, so if you haven't watched part 1, you can find it on my channel. It's a cozy Tuesday night. I have my tea. Every session, we're gonna find a way to mention Little Dragon Mailing, but I'm drinking my oolong tea, which I love so much. Mailing sent it to me all the way from the US of A. You can find the link to her channel down below. I'm really interested in seeing what period of Japan this next mystery takes us. I'm loving the fact that it covers over 100 years of Japanese history. Can you guess in the comment section below what era you think part 2 will cover? No cheating. Okay, let's get started.
The reception here is really unstable, huh?
The connection outside was just fine, though. Anyway, I don't think anything would come up looking into it. What with the Great Kanto earthquake and the World War, there aren't any reliable accounts of what happened next. And no one knows what became of her, either.
The Shijima case.
This is our next mystery. The Shijima case. In case you missed it. I'm sorry.
Sorry to keep you waiting. We made offerings of incense as well.
Yes, do forgive us. We don't allow guests into the altar room, you see.
We're honored to be a part of the cherry blossom ceremony. Thank you so much.
No one knows for sure when the first cherry blossom ceremony was held, but we do know that that cherry tree has watched over the Shijima family for centuries, especially in our work at the frontiers of medical science. I would like you two to act as witnesses to what I'm about to say. As you know, once the Shijima cherry tree blooms, the head of the family must relinquish everything to their successor. However, I'm renouncing this duty.
I'm keeping it
What?
all for myself.
What do you mean?
Examine our history, and you'll find many other attempts to end this tradition. This will be the one that succeeds. I'm selling this estate. This will be the final Shijima cherry blossom ceremony. After today, none of you will be bound by this estate. You're free to do as you please.
Option A says, could it be that each successor received the fruit of youth? And option B, which is behind me, I should probably move my camera. Could that skeleton be their ancestor? Be right back while I move my camera. Okay, I am back and I'm higher than I was previously. Could it be that each successor received the fruit of youth? Could that skeleton be their ancestor? I don't think all of them have the fruit of youth. There's a couple of dumbos.
Could that skeleton
Amongst their ranks.
be their ancestor?
I don't know why that means that they
Of course,
don't have
all
the
assets
fruit,
will be
but,
distributed
yeah.
evenly among you.
You'd think
This
you'd
will
be
also be
smarter
the
if
last
you
day
were
you spend in this house.
like hundreds of years
Take
old.
this night to reminisce.
What will become of our family's research
This
on
night.
eternal youth?
To
You,
rem-
of all people, have no right to act concerned. But that research is a mere formality. No one will mourn its end.
Our family has a Tokijiku, doesn't it?
Ow.
It's supposed to be passed down every 100 years during the cherry blossom ceremony. Where is it?
Aren't you a little old for fairy tales?
Don't bother trying to deny it. Mom told me before she died. The Tokijiku might have the ability to repair telomeres and other DNA sequences. With it, I might save countless lives. That's why I came here today.
The fruit of youth? Does it really exist? In this house?
I know nothing of it.
Don't play dumb! You might have been able to save Mom with it.
No, there's no way something like that could exist. Mystery writer. I'm gonna say it didn't exist.
No.
It'd be interesting to find out
that could exist.
I want
a
to research the fruit of
story
youth
in which
for the sake of our future medicine.
it does not exist.
Tell me where it
does
is.
not exist. I don't know.
Listen to me. Saving someone is not the same as altering the natural course of life. All things will experience change. The fight for survival and eventually ruin. We should live out our allotted days with humility and die with nothing more than our memories. Know your limits, Heiji.
Know your limits.
Though I wouldn't expect someone who left the family to understand.
Shame.
However, there is something that must be settled before we rid ourselves of this estate. We have to take care of that skeleton.
They're gonna hide it.
Yes, indeed. And that's where I come into the picture.
Ooh. Oh.
This man is a private detective. He called as soon as he saw the news report about the skeleton. I just can't trust the police anymore.
A detective?
Pleased to meet all of you.
This guy has so much
The name's
swagger.
Nishimari. Makoto Nishimari. It's a pleasure.
Makoto Nishimari. Thank you.
Funny. Makoto Nishimari, an actor in the Killer DNA movie, an overzealous fan. He's an actor.
Is he an actor in the movie adaptation?
What?
What does he think he's doing?
Eiji, you said you want to research the Tokijiku for the future of medicine. Is that right? Is that your real goal? Or are you simply using your mother's death as an excuse to get revenge on your father?
Of course not.
Then why did you feel the need to bring her up? Now let me speak briefly about why I'm here today. In the year 1922, exactly 1 century ago, the Shijima family was embroiled in a gruesome murder. But that's not all. My investigation suggests that there were many such incidents in your family's history. Alas, too many people have died around the Shijimas. That is what I'm here to investigate. I will solve this 100-year-old mystery.
This will be
I was so
a day of reckoning for the Shijima family. That's why I hired this detective. And Ms. Kagami,
interesting.
Yes?
I cannot allow the Shijima family to end with so many misunderstandings still unresolved. If properly presented, the truth should be made known to the world. Please make sure you get everything you need for your story.
Okay, so
I'll
he
do my
knows
best.
about the story now.
Nice to meet you, Ms. Kagami.
Oh. I don't trust him. Okay, let's just say likewise, because we're nice. We're nice people.
Likewise, Mr. Nishimari.
Even though he's unhired, he's an actor, right?
Excuse me.
But the
Is anybody
father has
thirsty? I've brought the tea.
hired him as a detective.
No, wait. I'll
which
do
is
it.
hilarious.
Wait, why
because
do you have to pour it?
He's
Didn't I
gone
make
to
things
hire
clear
a
just now?
detective, and
Too
he's
many
got
people
this
have
actor
died
in it.
around your family.
I don't know, does he
I'm
know?
here to put an end to the
Maybe he
murders.
knows that he did that.
You
He
don't
knows that he's
really
going to
think
be a
it's
bad
poison, do
detective.
you?
Hold on a minute. Please wait. Let me help.
As you wish.
They're checking for poison? Poison. I don't even know that song, but it's poison.
This is the last time all of you will be gathered here like this. If anyone has something to say, speak now. It's time for all scores to be settled. No one? So much for a day of reckoning.
He's gonna die.
I never thought the Shijima family would face an end like this, even after the Sakaki family was destroyed.
The Sakaki family.
Oh, I knew it. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
What's wrong?
Daddy.
Doctor! Someone call a doctor!
There's no service here.
How about outside? I'll try calling.
I don't need a doctor!
No service.
Stop talking, Dad.
Stop talking.
Rest his head on this.
Stop talking.
Wait, Yayoi.
Don't touch the cups.
You probably shouldn't touch that. Would it be possible to lay him down and put a mattress out for him?
In the bedroom.
Please hurry.
Certainly.
I ain't getting none of those stomach
Just a minute.
cramps from this tea. Thank you.
I managed to
little
contact the
dragon
hospital.
ailing.
But first,
Although I do spell it on myself.
This is-
myself.
Poison? Really?
no doubt about it. An arsenic compound, I think.
Arsenic.
So you were there?
No. I examined the cups just now and there was nothing in them.
I can confirm that. I was sitting beside her, which means there's only one possibility.
The father
It was
killed
already
himself.
in the teapot.
Yeah, but everybody had tea.
Excuse me. I haven't done anything.
Let's not jump to conclusions.
She
Yayoi,
definitely a sussy.
where did you get this
sussy
tea from?
little
The kitchen.
fucker.
It's the same tea we always have. I wasn't watching it the whole time, though.
I mean, that's expected. Was someone trying to poison us all?
If the teapot was poisoned, does that mean someone was trying to kill us all?
Yet another murder, I see. No one is allowed to leave this house.
He's still alive, you know!
Calm down, will you? I'll rephrase. This is an attempted murder. I also found this by the entrance.
A flower. He picked it in a bush.
Another
no.
red camellia.
A red camellia? What does it
A
mean?
red camellia.
Let's wait for the doctor. Besides, I have a good idea who the culprit is.
Already?
You know who's done it?
Please take Mr. Shijima to his room. I'll say it once more. No one is allowed to leave this house. Are we clear?
Woo.
What's taking the doctor so long?
That detective hasn't come back. Do you think something happened? Kazunaga's been pacing back and forth for a while now.
I'll try calling the hospital again.
If only we had some way to neutralize the poison.
That detective said it was arsenic, right?
I wouldn't bet on it. Arsenic is tasteless and odorless. You wouldn't be able to tell just by tasting it.
So we have an unknown poison. I want to know how it was administered, though.
You're the one who poured the tea, right? Are you certain there wasn't any poison in the cups?
They were clean, and I didn't see anything like powder in them.
So the poison had to be in the tea, which means the culprit wanted to kill us all indiscriminately.
Okay, hold on. He's literally recounting everything that she just said back to her.
Perhaps there was some way to ensure that Yoi drank the poison. For example, his daily routine, his patterns of behavior, or certain rules and customs unique to the Shijima family. Using knowledge like that, it'd be possible to target Yoi with the poison.
Using our family rules.
So that's it.
You worked it out.
The poison was at the top of the pot. What are the rules of the Shijima family? Well, I'm guessing he has to drink first. The order of taking seats, there you go. He sat first, so he would probably drink the tea first. No one sat down before Ryoi. Right? When everyone sat down at the meeting in the main hall, it looked like everyone was waiting for Roy to sit first. The Shijimas may have a rule that the family head acts first. Okay, so this means that he would have drank the tea first, but we have some more, okay, evidence. Here we go. The cherry blossom ceremony. He bowed first. They followed his lead at the ceremony. He bowed first and everyone followed. And so they must have a rule that there are no acts before he does. Okay. So we've got 2 bits of evidence for that. Let's complete our reasoning. It's not because he sits at the head of the table. Yeah, so I think I might just do the sitting one.
Eiji, you stood while waiting for Yoi, and you didn't sit down until he came and took his seat, right?
Yeah.
Also, everyone waited until Yoi bowed before lowering their heads during the ceremony.
You're right.
That's it. At Shijima family gatherings, Ryoe acts first, then everyone else follows. And when tea is served, he has to drink first. There's such a rule, isn't there?
Yes, that's how it also been.
With that knowledge, the culprit also knew that poisoning the teapot would work. That's because Ryoe is always the first to drink. Others might get poisoned too, but at least Ryoe would be the first one to ingest it for sure.
So someone is definitely targeting my father.
Chapter 2, The Elusive Path of Logic.
It's freshly cut. Who left it here? I wonder.
That flower's got you thinking, hasn't it?
That reminds me. You were pretty surprised to see it.
A red camellia. That flower has a fateful, fatal connection to our family. Dad refuses to say anything, so I looked into it myself.
Please tell us more.
There are records of several murder cases from 100 years ago. But I don't know all the details, though. Then, the Scarlet Camellia reappeared in the lives of the Shijima family after the Great Kanto earthquake and the World War in 1972.
Well, it was
Exactly
the 70s.
50
Who
years
gets
ago.
the 70s?
One of Ryoe's younger brothers slipped and died while mountain climbing on winter break. He was alone, so it took some time for his body to be found. And when they did, they also found a red camellia nearby.
Oh.
The next incident happened in 1982. Ryoe's other brother, many years younger than him, died from poisoning. Pesticide was found in the bottle of juice he was drinking on his way home from classes. And beside
Is
his body
Roy
was
killing
yet
his
another
brothers?
red camellia, just like an offering to the dead.
1982. There were many cases of poisoned drinks that year, right? And
But then
most of them are
he's
still
been-
unsolved.
I
Someone's
think his
tried to
death
kill
was
him
treated as
now,
just
so
another
that
one of
does
those
make
cases.
sense.
A murder every 10 years. And at the scene of each crime, another red camellia.
A murder every 10 years. So both of Roy's brothers are dead. Have there been other incidents every 10 years since? Good question.
Have there been other incidents every 10 years since?
Yes, every 10 years, another tragedy befalls someone in the family. We're the only ones left. The Shijimas are cursed, you could say.
It just can't be a series of coincidences.
Do you remember, AG? 10 years ago at Mom's funeral? There was a single camellia from an unknown sender among the flower arrangements.
You're right.
That's what the red camellia means to this family. But I can't believe it showed up on the day of the cherry blossom ceremony.
A red camellia.
You're the one who created the original Makoto Nishimari. If you figure something out, please let us know.
Yeah, they do seem to have some significance.
The red camellias seem
Definitely a
to have
clue.
some significance. Of course.
I got in touch with the hospital, but they said there was a landslide and the mountain roads are blocked off. Look at this. I asked if there was anything they could do, but it's unlikely that they'll get here today.
So, our detective must have been told the same thing.
In the garden! In the garden! There's been a terrible...
Murder? Oh, no way. Holy crap.
Who did this?
The
How
sword in-
terrible!
First Dad and now
Yeah, there's
this.
a sword.
Did something happen?
That's right. You're outside the whole time. Dad collapsed earlier.
What?
Yayoi's
what?
looking after him in his room. You didn't notice the commotion?
No, not at all. Oh, at a time like this.
The gardener is definitely sus.
Oh, all right. The police.
Sus.
I'll
Gardener,
call them right away.
the gardener and the maid are in on it.
I wonder if
That's
the
my
killer
scoop.
also poisoned my father.
Who could it be?
We might be able to help my father if we had the killer identified the poison.
But neither the doctor nor the police can get here because of that landslide.
And the detective who claimed he'd figured out the killer is dead. Hey, Haruka.
I think I know what you're going to say.
I'll take all
I love
responsibility.
you.
Please, find the killer.
I guess I don't have a choice.
Given the situation, I guess I don't have a choice. Ryoi's life is at stake after all.
Just tell me if you need anything.
Let me know if you
Wait,
need anything.
We shouldn't touch him until the police
La-di-da-di-da.
arrive, right?
You're not wrong, Mitsunori, but we need to find out what Dad was poisoned with fast.
Got it. Then Yoko and I will go check on Dad.
The stench of blood is really strong.
This sword's been pushed in quite deep. I wonder if it's the one from the reception room.
Oh yeah.
This distinctive hilt. It must be that sword. But why? Is this supposed to be some kind of warning?
No, it's not coming out. The blade is 6, maybe 8 inches deep. The killer must be pretty strong.
We're starting to see signs of hypostasis. Body temperature has dropped, but no sign of rigor mortis yet.
That means he's been dead for only 1 or 2 hours.
It's 2:30 p.m. now. We last saw the detective around 1. He must have been killed sometime between 1 and 1:30.
It looks like he was also hit in the back of the head. There's blood here.
The killer hit him in the back of the head first, then stabbed him in the chest with the sword. The police would be able to tell us more, I'm sure.
Not that they'll be here for a while, or an ambulance for that matter.
There's nothing we can do until the roads are cleared. Huh? Who's there?
It's a tanuki.
What's wrong?
I thought I heard something just now.
There are a lot of wild animals around here.
Or it's Totoro. That would
is the ground
yeah,
wet
it's
here?
Totoro.
Did someone water the trees?
The muddy ground near the body. The gardener would have watered the trees.
Or wash something away?
Footprints, perhaps? Oh, I have no idea.
Maybe the killer came in from outside. They washed away their footprints. I don't know. Why would they wash? Okay, I think they came out from outside because that was like from the bush, and then the tap was towards the house. So they would have had to spray back at the bush to hide their footsteps, showing that they had come from the bush. I'm gonna say that the killer came from outside.
Maybe the killer came in from outside.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
There's no reason they'd grab the sword from the reception room and risk being seen. So the killer is...
Oh.
Someone inside this estate.
What if it was 2 people?
Just before he left, the detective said that he'd identified the culprit. They might have panicked and killed him. Let's head back for now. I want to sort out all this information.
It was the maid and it was the gardener together.
Let's start by examining everyone's alibis.
First, a timeline of events. We all gathered in the main hall at noon. Around 1 p.m., Ryoe collapsed, which ended the meeting. Then that Nishimari fellow went outside. Between 1 and 1:30 p.m., the killer knocked the detective out and stabbed him.
It's about 5 minutes from the main hall to that tree and back. Including the murder, that's about 15 minutes.
Yeah, did anyone go outside during that time?
So, we just need to get everyone's alibi from 1 p.m. onward, right?
We were together, so excluding us, of course.
And Ryoe, since he was incapacitated, that leaves Yoko, Kazunaga, Mitsunori, Yayoi, and Takehiko. Those are our 5 suspects.
Well then, I'll leave the rest to you two and go check up on Ryohei.
Let me know if it gets better.
Eiji, please help Haruka in any way you can.
How did he know
I'm
that
sure the
he
two
was
of
a
you
detective?
will uncover the truth.
Because he wasn't in the meeting. It's definitely the gardener. Leave it to me.
Leave it to me.
I'm counting on you.
Was that detective really killed?
Yeah, it was pretty gruesome.
First Dad and now this. Just what is going on here?
That's what I want to figure out.
So we're suspects?
These are just possibilities. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
Great, just say the path of logic lines up and solve the case already.
Let me ask you what you were doing between 1 and 1:30 p.m. First, Yoko, how about you?
After Roy collapsed, I couldn't sit still. I went to the entrance to try calling the hospital. And then I started feeling dizzy, so I sat down for a while. I felt better after a short rest, and then I went to my room.
And what time was that?
Right around 1:30. I'm sorry to disappoint you. It's not much of an alibi since
I believe it.
didn't see anyone after 1.
Did you notice anything when you returned to your room?
Oh. There was this sound.
A sound?
Still feeling a bit faint, I opened a window. That's when I heard a few faint thuds, as if something far off was hitting another object.
A series of thuds. That reminds me.
He was hit on the head.
The victim was hit on the back of the head.
You figure out something?
Not quite yet.
Hmm.
Thank you for the information, Yoko.
How about you, Kazunaga? Between 1 and 1:30.
I was inside the house the whole time.
What were you doing?
I was searching for that Tokichiku Eiji mentioned.
Even as deadly unconscious.
You're one to speak. You've been playing detective the whole time. Besides, there's no way it could have been me. Yoko was at the entrance, correct? I couldn't have gone outside without her seeing me.
That's right. No one went in or out.
There's still the back door. Couldn't you have gone out that way?
I've got big feet, you know. And none of the shoes by the back door fit me, unfortunately.
You could have put your shoes at the back door much earlier.
You don't really like me, do you?
That's not true.
Listen, there's no way I could have known Yoko would be at the entrance the whole time, and so why would I bother and move my shoes to the back door?
That's true, but...
You got more to say?
You seem to be telling the truth.
Of course I am!
Fine, we get it. Finally, Mitsunori.
I was attending to Dad in his room the whole time.
But Ryoe has been unconscious, which means you have no alibi.
I suppose so. But there's no way it could have been me. I've got a severed tendon in this arm from years ago. I injured myself pretty badly while skiing. That's why I can't hold anything heavy. There's no way I could have used a sword to do that.
Yes, that seems difficult for you.
We're done here, right? Anyway, Takehiko's a much likelier suspect, isn't he? He was gone the entire time!
It's true.
I got through to the police, but they also said we'd have to wait until the roads are cleared.
So we have to manage by ourselves somehow.
Takehiko, can we ask you some questions?
Sure.
The ground was wet around that tree where we found the body. Did you use the hose today?
No, I didn't.
Then who did?
Takehiko, what were you doing from 1 p.m. onward after Ryoe collapsed?
I was working in the garden.
Did you see anybody during that time? Or notice anything suspicious?
Oh, Mr. Shijima told me to stay outside today, so the family and their guests could speak in private. So I haven't seen a soul. Something suspicious. Oh, that reminds me. When I went to get some tools from the storehouse, a rope was missing.
Rope?
Yes, one was definitely missing. I used them to tie up cut branches. But why would anyone steal a rope?
He's trying to distract us. Is anything else missing? How long was this rope? Is anything else missing? I was gonna say no.
Was anything else missing?
Just the rope, I think.
Right. Also, could you tell me where exactly on this estate your red camellias are?
Oh, we don't have any camellias.
What?
Mr. Shijima doesn't care for them.
I see. Thank you.
Doesn't care for that.
Yayoi, how about you?
Well, I was shocked to see Mr. Shijima like that, but dinner had to be prepared. So I went back to the kitchen. With so many people to feed, I had to start right away to finish in time. Then the soy sauce in the kitchen ran out, so I went to the storehouse around 2 p.m.
You always keep it in the storehouse?
We always have seasonings in stock. The meat and vegetables were delivered 3 days ago. But I forgot to check the seasonings.
You have them delivered.
I'm getting on in years, so I have fresh ingredients delivered once a week from the shops downhill.
The storehouse is near the tree where the detective was killed. You didn't notice the body?
No. It may have been there, but my eyes are bad.
Either way, I doubt she has the strength to push a sword in that deep.
Sorry, I couldn't be of any help.
No, thank you for your cooperation. We don't have any more questions.
Certainly it's them too. They were both at the scene of the crime.
Do you smell that? Like something's burning?
Burning?
Oh.
What?
What? Somebody get water!
Plastic water cans by the back door.
I'm on my way!
Me too. There they are.
Huh?
Smell it.
It's not kerosene. Water?
What?
Oh, thank you. Here you are. Stand back. I'll take care of it.
You think it was on purpose?
Kazunaga, you were smoking in the bathroom, weren't you?
My bad. But it was an accident. No one would try to set their own house on fire, right?
Anyway, we should thank Yayoi for noticing so quickly.
Sorry, Takehiko. Mind clearing the mess?
Thank you.
I just like really smoking back
Yayoi.
there.
Yes?
Have you used this water can recently?
No, I haven't used it. What about you, Takehiko?
I don't remember using it.
I see. Thank you so much.
Why are we suspicious about the water can?
Then why was it wet?
Huh?
Aren't these cherry petals? This water can was wet.
So what? Who cares about that right now, huh?
Is something on your mind?
What? Okay, I'm definitely going into this thinking that it's the gardener and the help.
The victim was a mysterious detective who called himself Makoto Nishimari. The back of his head was bruised, and a sword was buried deep into his chest, pinning him to a tree in the garden.
Just how much strength do you need for a feat like that?
There must be some trick to it, as well as clues to prove who the killer is.
Guiding symbols will not be displayed in the mystery and clue panels from this point on. Oh no! Combine clues and mysteries that seem related to create the hypotheses. We don't have as much help this time. Okay, what was notable about the body? Cherry petals were found on the body. The strong stench of blood. I don't... Is it some kind of warning? Okay, he was hit on the back of the head. Nishimari may have died before the stabbing. Ooh, could it have been like a ritual? Aside from the chest wound, his head had a blunt injury. The killer might have hit Nishimari in the head first. Nishimari may have been attacked elsewhere and then brought here at the cherry tree. What was notable about the body? There was a strong stench of blood. The sword was pushed in deep. Okay, there's a hypothesis that the killer had a grudge. It was pushed so far into the body, it pushed into the tree. If Nishimari was still alive when he was being stabbed, they must have wanted to leave an impression with this murder. They wanted to make an impression. The sword was pushed into the body. Okay, that's our hypothesis, that they wanted to make an impression. Oh, okay. Our next one, I think, is the strong stench of blood, right? Right? What is notable about the body? The cherry petals. Cherry blossom petals. They wanted a beautiful crime scene. I don't know, there was cherry petals underneath the watering can as well. So maybe the watering can, I mean, it could have been used to knock him on the back of the head, or, and that's why they were able to use the water as well to cover up their footsteps. Any hints that point to the scene of the crime? The water tap near the body. Point to the scene of the crime. I mean, I don't think it would have happened in the reception. The sword in the Nishimari's chest was from the reception room. But I don't think it would have happened inside. No, they wouldn't have done that. They hit Nishimari with the scabbard? That's not I don't think that's it because they heard thudding outside. And others would have heard it if it was inside. Or it's not the muddy ground. Yeah, I think that... Okay, no. I think not the tree. Not the hose, either. Oh, okay, hold on a sec. This says large rocks in the garden. Nishimari was killed with a rock in the garden. There were several large rocks in the garden. The killer must have hit Nishimari with one and killing him. The garden might be where the murder took place. I believe it would have been the garden. Or they say he might have fell and hit his head. I don't think that's it. Why was the victim killed? There's a murder every 10 years. He was investigating the deaths that occur every 10 years. He was in, okay, yes. He must have discovered the truth about the unnatural deaths. He was then killed by someone who didn't want that truth known. Every 10 years, the Shijima's witness an unnatural death. By design or by chance, the last death was 10 years ago. Maybe he got caught up in things and became the next target. I would say the reason why he was killed was because he figured out who the killer was. Ishimari seemed to have identified who poisoned Roy or Detective. The killer must have done it to silence him. Why was the victim killed? Could it be the curse? No. Okay, the history of the Shijimas. He learned their history. They have a long distinguished lineage and perhaps Nishimari discovered a dark secret in their past. And he was killed by someone who wanted that secret kept. Okay. I can hear .com snoring behind me. Cute. Okay. I was some kind of warning. I thought or it's not because of the curse. I've got big feet, you know. A rope was missing from the storehouse. I don't think we have that one yet. What did the killer want us to focus on? A sword. Okay, the sword might be a distraction. Maybe they wanted us to think it was the murder weapon. The tree? pesticide was found in a... That's got nothing to do with it. Okay, oh, on the day of the cherry blossom. Okay, so they want us to draw attention to the ceremony, which is why they use the cherry blossom. The victim was killed after the cherry blossom ceremony. Maybe the killer wanted to imply a connection to the ceremony. Imply, or is it part of the ceremony? Maybe their body was moved. Tree. Maybe they want us to focus on the tree. Okay. So it's a warning. The killer left a warning to the Shijimas. It was like a crucifixion. The killer must have wanted to leave a clear warning. It was pretty dramatic. How did the killer push the sword into the tree? They're strong? They pushed the sword through the body. The killer threw the sword? I don't think so. Okay, this what did the killer use for the murder? I think that the plastic water can was used because of the cherry blossoms on the bottom of the container that was also found on the body. Maybe if we go forward, just for now, with something in the plastic water can. No, there wasn't. We smelt it. Oh wait, there was? It did smell like kerosene? I thought it had been filled with water, but it's normal to store kerosene in those plastic water cans. The killer wanted to set fire to something, hence the kerosene. I thought we didn't smell it. Confusing. There was cherry petals on the water can. I don't think there was kerosene in there. I'm pretty sure I remember her saying that there wasn't. Okay. Yeah, I think they were using it for covering up their tracks. They put water in the can. They could have used it as blunt force. And there was muddy ground near the body. The hose had signs of recent use. The killer put pesticide in the water can. The killer knew about the murder involving poisoned fruit juice. The killer tried to do the same thing. They hid the pesticide in the water can until they needed it. Maybe it could be pesticide that was used to poison the father. Was the murder committed by someone strong? Maybe if we use or the tree. I've got big feet, no. Okay, so he was saying he's weak with his severed tendons. Which means he couldn't have pushed it into the tree. He couldn't have the strength to push the sword far into the tree. There's no way he could have committed the crime. What does this say? It says, is there a chance someone physically weak did it? Maybe the tree did helped them? Soap? What has soap got to do with it? What caused the strange sound? There was thuds. Okay, so they think that it, the sound was the sword going through the body? I don't think so. Pushed repeatedly. No. it was Nishimari being hit. Hugo said she heard sound like an object hitting another. Blunt injury to the back of the head. Or is forced entry into the storehouse. Maybe the killer tried to break into the storehouse for a rope. Oh, they're killing... Okay, so there was a rope missing. Or the sound was the landslide. Yeah, it could also have just been the landslide as well. Okay, so they're suggesting that the rope could have done it. He was working in the garden, and he is someone strong. So we need to find evidence of strong people. He was told to stay outside. There's no way he could have committed the crime, but the crime was committed outside, so... I guess he didn't poison... But... Yeah, I guess he didn't poison the father. Okay, Mitsunori is saying that the youngest brother was saying he was by the father's side the whole time. And then the older brother, I believe he's the oldest brother. Or maybe the middle brother. He said he didn't leave the house because he was searching for the fruit of youth. Whoa. Okay, we've just opened up. Is there proof Kazunaga didn't leave the house? his feet were clean. It was quite muddy and wet. And then he said that... Okay, so his footprints weren't outside the door. Okay, it's unlikely that he left the house through the back door. And there was no shoes by the back door. That's true. Oh, okay, it wants us to... The truth is clear. I don't know if we can say that just yet. Yoko wasn't feeling well after the father got poisoned. And she was resting by the entrance. Based on the body's state, it's unlikely she's the killer because she's so weak. So damn weak. Is there a chance someone physically weak did it? Okay, this is the evidence for another physically weak woman. Yoi couldn't push the sword into the tree because she requires people to deliver her groceries. If the journey down the hill and back is tiring for her, someone else must be the one who pushed the sword in the tree. I don't know if I believe either of that. Maybe she had help. Okay. What caused the strange sound? The sound was the killer spying on us? There was a sound from the brush when we investigated the body. AG said it was an animal, but it may have been the killer. Maybe they were trying to eavesdrop on our conversation. Who wasn't there when we found the body? Maybe... Okay, he brought it to us. And okay, so she wasn't there. She said she heard something. It could have been her. I don't know. Was the murder committed by someone strong? A strong stench of blood. Soap. I don't know what the soap is for. Huh? The Shijimas could be cursed? They're cursed by someone unusually strong. What? Maybe the curse controls people and gives them ungodly strength. Such a curse might be responsible for the murder. I would like to believe that, but I don't know if this is that type of mystery. The killer used soap to lubricate the sword. No. The killer used soap to make the ground slippery. To make Nishimari slip and fall. I don't think so either. Let's find out if it was the hose. No. Did the killer also poison my father? There was the tree. The tree could have been like a part of it. Okay. Strong stench of blood. The mud. The killer used the water hose to erase footprints. Now that I believe. Considering the ground was muddy, maybe the killer used the water hose to get rid of their tracks. I think that is most likely. Or they washed away blood. That doesn't make sense because there's so much blood on the body. Okay, they wanted to wash the blood off their hands. That makes sense. Was the rope missing, but there wasn't any signs. Okay, they tied him to the tree with a rope. I don't think so. killer used the rope to climb a tree. Maybe they used the rope to climb a tree and hide. I don't know. Cherry petals. The killer used the cigarette to destroy evidence. I don't think that. They knew he would smoke in the bathroom. They guessed he would be careless and start a fire. That's no. No one could guess such a thing. The boxes, there was nothing in the boxes. I think it was just a coincidence that he started a fire. Killer used the cigarette to start a fire. They placed boxes outside knowing he'd throw out the butt. Okay, what is this? What was the murder committed by someone strong? Okay. Doesn't seem to be anything for that. Okay. We think we know now? Why was the victim... Okay, why was the victim killed? Maybe because they thought he killed... No. The killer thought Nishimari poisoned... Oh! The murder happened after Roy was poisoned. The killer may have thought Nishimari poisoned him. And they may have killed Nishimari as an act of revenge. I don't think. Okay, where does this tree one go? Not there. Strong stench of blood. That doesn't fit there. Oh. Hello, hello. Takahiko didn't know the meeting had ended. If we believe him, he couldn't be the killer. To get the sword, he had to pass in front of the main hall. He thought the meeting was still being held in the main hall. They're working together. It's more than one person. Alright, there's nothing else for us to solve. That's it. The truth is clear. I feel like I'm so right, and this happened to me last time.
right.
I felt like I was
Let's
so
think about
right.
what we've got. Out of all these unknowns, what should we focus on first?
And then I was so wrong. Okay. Things the killer used for the murder. Which do you find most unusual? Okay. What did the killer use for the murder? They used the water hose to erase footprints. When thinking about what the killer used and how, consider things found at the scene of the crime, things that appear to have been used, and things that were taken from their original location. Yes. When thinking about what... Okay. Let's finish... Okay, we're finishing the reasoning? Oh my gosh. Okay.
It seems you found the path of logic.
I guess so.
I guess so.
The explanation for the trick must lie in this hypothesis. It'll be a while until the police arrive, but until then, everyone please stay here.
Ma'am, may I please be excused or go smoke?
Smoking so much takes years off your life, you know. I'm sure it can wait.
Fine, whatever, Your Highness.
I need all of you to be here, because one of us just might be the killer. If my reasoning is correct, that is.
Well, I guess I'll hear you out. It'll help pass the time until the police get here.
Now, let me go through things step by step. The victim was a detective who called himself Makoto Nishimari. He died under a tree near the storehouse, with a sword buried deep in his chest. But what exactly does this really mean? It takes a lot of strength to push a sword so deep.
So, do you think the killer is a man?
I didn't say that.
Maybe not, but what else could you mean?
Are you saying one of us three's the killer?
I'm no killer.
The killer is...
None of these three men. I'm gonna say none of these three men.
The killer isn't one of the 3 male suspects.
What makes you say that?
First off, Mitsunori. The reason he's not the killer is...
Oh god. Mitsunori was in Ryu's room the whole time. We have no evidence of that. I'm gonna say that he couldn't have pushed the sword into the tree.
You said you have a severed tendon in your right arm from an old ski injury, which prevents you from carrying heavy things. That's why it's unlikely that you could push the sword in so deep.
But, Mitsunori, that injury has healed already, right?
Kazunaga, are you doubting me? This is as healed as it's gonna get. I have a medical certificate.
Next, Takehiko. Takehiko said that he was tending the garden all day. That means he wasn't inside the house, and he didn't have a chance to get the sword from the reception room.
But he could have gone into the reception room without being noticed, right?
No, he couldn't. Because...
He was told to stay outside. Or he didn't know the meeting had ended. He could have lied about that. He was told to stay outside.
Ryoi told Takehiko not to enter the house during the family meeting. That's why he was unable to enter the reception room.
But that was just an order, right?
Are you always this naive? No one but Takehiko himself knows if he followed those orders.
And after the meeting ended early, couldn't he have just entered the house at any time amid all the chaos?
You're right. Let me think about it some more.
Oopsie.
Alright, let's think about what we've got. Out of all these unknowns, what should we focus on first?
The scene of the crime. I want to say that the killer wanted a beautiful crime scene. Okay, I feel like it was a ritual. I'm just going to go straight into it. Again, I'm still convinced it's
It seems you
two
found the path of
people.
logic.
I guess so. The explanation for the trick must lie in this hypothesis.
People spend way more time in this hypothesis area because I just want to get straight into business.
You said you have a severed tendon in your right arm from an old ski injury, which prevents you from carrying heavy things. That's why it's unlikely that you could push the sword in so deep.
But, Mitsunori,
Doubting me?
Takehiko said that he was tending the garden all day. That means he wasn't inside the house, and he didn't have a chance to get the sword from the reception room.
but he could have gone into the reception room without being noticed, right?
No, he couldn't. Because
He didn't know the meeting had ended.
Takehiko had no way of knowing that the family meeting had ended early, did he? He must have thought everyone was still gathered in the main hall. To get to the reception room, he would have to walk past the main hall. He would never go through so much trouble and risk being seen just to get a sword.
Well, that's right. It definitely wasn't me. You must believe me.
Finally, Kazunaga. You didn't leave the house between 1 and 1:30. The likely time frame of the murder. Yoko was at the entrance during that time and said she saw no one entering or leaving. She had a view of the walkways too, so she would have noticed anyone leaving.
What about leaving through the back door?
You're right. No one was watching the back door. If the killer wanted to sneak out, it'd be through the back door. But Kazunaga didn't leave the house.
How are you so sure?
Well,
Yeah, there was no shoes and his feet were clean.
there were no shoes by the back door that would fit Kazunaga.
I told you so. That's why I'm not the killer.
Well, you could have gone barefoot.
Huh? Barefoot, huh? Not out of the question for you, Kazunaga.
Ah, jeez. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so what we can say, Haruka, is that it's an inconclusive reason.
Let's try this again.
Please don't take me back to the...
But Kazunaga didn't leave the house.
How are you so sure?
Well,
It's because his footprints weren't there.
Kazunaga clearly has big feet. The ground outside the back door is quite muddy. With or without shoes, anyone would have left footprints, but there wasn't a single Kazunaga-sized footprint.
I guess you're not totally hopeless.
It's an honor to finally be praised by you.
So, who on earth is the killer?
Akari and I have been with Haruka the whole time. So our alibis are solid.
And it's unlikely that Yayoi was able to stab a sword into a tree, so that leaves...
Eh? You can't mean... It wasn't me?
If you were the killer, it doesn't make sense for you to claim that you were at the entrance. If just one person had entered or left through there, your testimony would be challenged.
So, the killer isn't any one of us here?
No. Only one person could have committed this murder.
The plastic water can we used to put out the fire.
Yes, just an ordinary water can. The killer used this water can in the murder. These flower petals here are proof of that.
They still look fresh. Newly fallen?
This water can was used at the scene of the crime and then returned to the back door. When we went to get them, I found that the inside of this can was already wet.
Right. It looked like something had been poured around that tree.
And that's the crux of the matter. This plastic water can was wet because...
They were covering their footsteps. We put pesticide in the water can.
The killer filled the water can with water, using the hose near the scene of the crime.
What for?
For something indispensable to this murder. Namely...
To make a pendulum?
Takehiko, something went missing from the storehouse around the time of the murder, right?
Yeah, the rope.
The killer tied one end to the water can, then suspended the can from a nearby tree. Then they filled the can with water to create a pendulum.
So that's it.
After knocking out the victim with a blow to the head, they propped him against the tree and stabbed him. Then they used the pendulum to push the sword through his body and into the tree.
Oh yeah.
Like a temple bell hammer. So then, someone without much arm strength could have done it.
But even if we accept that possibility, we don't know whether the killer actually did that.
Ah, but they did. Something one of you said gave me a hint.
Heihachi.
Those words were...
You created the original Makoto Nishimari. Yoko, I heard thuds like something hitting another object. Yeah, it's that one.
Yoko, you said you heard a few faint thuds, as if something was hitting another object. That must have been the sound of the pendulum hitting the sword.
That makes sense.
When it was done, the killer emptied the water can, untied the rope, and pulled it down from the tree. If we assume the killer used this trick, then they didn't need much strength to drive the sword in deep. As such, two suspects come back to mind. The killer made a fatal mistake. So, who is the killer?
It's not him. It's definitely her. It's Yayoi.
Yayoi, you're the only person who both had a reason to use this trick and was able to execute it. What do you have to say?
I thought she might accuse me. But Haruka, your reasoning is full of speculation. You said Takehiko wouldn't have risked getting the sword from the reception room because Takehiko didn't know the meeting had ended early, so you say. But he might have seen it end, by chance, even from the garden. Yoko said she was at the entrance during the time of the murder. But no one can corroborate anything like that. And who knows if Mitsunori is telling the truth about his arm. Please don't call me a killer based on mere suspicion.
You are absolutely correct, but I am still convinced you are the killer. And that is because there was a critical flaw in your testimony.
What is it?
Before anyone noticed the fire, you said these words. Do you smell that? Like something's burning? Your sense of smell must be very acute.
Yes, I do have a good nose. Though the rest of me is succumbing to old age.
In that case, it doesn't add up. There is something very strange in your testimony.
I don't have a clue.
I mean...
After you name a culprit, they might challenge your accusation. You'll need to provide reasoning that decisively invalidates their rebuttal. Oh, yes, the stench of the blood.
You didn't notice the body when you went to the storehouse around 2 p.m. That's what you said, right?
As I told you, my eyes are bad. I don't know if I saw it or not.
That doesn't matter. But there is something you should have noticed.
The smell.
That's right. The murder happened between 1 and 1:30 p.m. Soon after, around 2 p.m., you passed that tree on the way to the storehouse. You should have immediately noticed the smell of blood from the body.
The stench of blood is really strong.
And if you had, you would have notified everyone immediately. But you didn't. Why? Because you? Yayoi, you are the killer. Am I right?
Yayoi!
I don't regret a thing.
Hmm.
Long ago, I lost someone dear to me because of that detective. I've brought the tea. when he appeared today,
No,
all
wait.
the anguish of that long-forgotten night came rushing back.
I thought there would have been a juicier reason.
I
than
know the estate
than
well, so setting the whole thing up was child's play. As he walked by, I bashed his head in with a rock.
I thought she used the pendulum. Maybe she didn't then. Or maybe she only used it for the sword. Yeah, okay. Huh.
How dare you! Yayoi, such vileness in this house!
Yoko,
Yayoi, please tell me
I
one
think there's
thing.
more to this. Who was the important person that you lost? Why did you kill him in such a convoluted way? I want to know who this person was.
Who was the important person that you lost?
I can finally let go of all this resentment. Someone of your age couldn't possibly understand.
are you also the one who poisoned our dad? Answer me! Do you mean our father was really poisoned with that arsenic? What is the antidote?
I can't answer any of those questions.
Well, cut the crap! You did it, so you must know! No point telling us, huh? Damn it! Just hand her over to the police already!
But the police won't be here for a while.
Then we'll lock her up in the storehouse until they get here. Who knows what she'll do to us otherwise?
I have no objections.
I think that she is the mother of Eiji. She didn't tell us who the important person. Oh. Oh, I made 2 mistakes this time. I did really well. I got an A ranking. Hello. I'm just, you know, I'm getting the good grades now. I am a judified student, that's for sure. Awesome. Okay, well, that was part 2 of the Centennial case. A Shijima story. Thank you so much for watching this part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought we were going to go back in time again, but we didn't. Hopefully next time we do. But this was still interesting. I was pretty convinced it was the 2 people involved, but she did it alone. So I was like half right. I'll see you guys next time for part 3. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along with all of my historical and gaming exploits. My name is SophieQuest. Thank you for watching. Thank you.